Assalamualaikum sahabat hijrah semua. Berjumpa lagi dengan saya di channel Hijrah itu beratapi nikmat. Kita kali ini membahas mengenai topik yang sedang hangat ya saat ini, yaitu pengucapan kata selamat untuk perayaan agama tertentu. Tidak saya sebutkan apa, tapi lucunya di Indonesia di sini kita selalu membahas setiap tahun, setiap ada perayaan selalu dibahas mengenai hal ini. Sementara di luar atau yang saya tahu, saya juga banyak berteman dengan orang-orang yang tidak seagama dengan saya, tapi kami bersahabat sudah lebih dari puluhan tahun. Jadi saya akan mencoba men-share di sini komunikasi saya dengan beliau yang sudah saya anggap sebagai orang tua angkat saya pada saat saya belajar di Australia. Semoga menjadi pencerahan bagi kita semua ya. Jadi jangan kita terlalu membuat suasana menjadi tegang dan panas hanya karena kepercayaan, dan itu adalah sesuatu yang wajar-wajar saja sebenarnya, yang tidak merupakan suatu isu yang besar. Tapi terkadang ada sebagian tertentu dari sekelompok orang yang ingin membuat suasana menjadi tidak harmonis, terutama pada saat perayaan hari besar agama tertentu. Semoga kita semakin dewasa, semakin bisa menerima perbedaan, dan kita memang hidup itu di dalam perbedaan. Kalau kata teman sahabat saya ini, kalau orang itu sama semua, hidup itu akan boring atau membosankan. Baik, kita simak saja percakapan saya dengan beliau, tapi sayangnya video beliau sedang bermasalah saat itu, jadi tidak bisa menampakkan wajahnya, hanya suaranya saja, karena kita berusaha sudah beberapa kali, akhirnya tidak bisa, videonya pada waktu tidak jalan, jadi saya tetap melakukan rekaman, tapi kita hanya berbicara dan beliau tidak. We would like to talk about the tolerance because it's facing the Christmas, and in Indonesia, so many people now they are so enthusiastic, and they said if you don't say anything, then is not tolerance, and we have been friends for probably more than 20 years, right? I mean,
That's right, yes.
I have been knowing you for more than 20 years, and you're not Muslim, and I'm Muslim, and you knew me since you knew me since I was not using the veil, but now I'm using the veil.
Or since you came to Australia.
Yes, but there's no problem. So with us, with our faiths, So can you explain?
No, nothing at all.
Yes, what is tolerance to you, and what is the experience of our relationship?
Well, when I first met you, I of course, I straight away liked you, and to me, a person, I always sort of think a person's, if I like a person and she likes me, that's the main thing, and everything else goes into the background. Because I mean, if we judge people by what they think and all that is not really right either. We always have got to be tolerant of each other, and when sometimes one says something, but we always have to sort of see how the other person reacts. And before one says anything, one should always think, how could it reflect the other person? And that's tolerance to me.
That's correct. I'm so agree with you. Then I was also remember that
you once took me to the mosque just to pray for celebration day there in Australia.
Yes.
And then you pick me up again,
Yes.
and we celebrate the celebration together. Then when it was Christmas, you were waiting for, you know, for me to break up my fasting, right? So we can eat together. So there is nothing wrong
That's
actually with the faith, you know. It's only narrow-minded people that, you know, that think you have to do certain thing to
That's very much so.
to do the tolerance to your friends, to your partner, to people that having different faith with you, right?
That's right. I always think, you know, it to me, I appreciate when you tell me what you think, and then we can discuss it. But there is no ill feeling or anything if I sort of say. I always sort of say something, because if it could hurt the other person, that's not good. And so I always think, you know, it doesn't matter to me. We've got South African friends, and you know, I always say he was actually her family, Teresa's family, thought that he was too black, marry him. And I don't see that at all. I don't see a person's color. I don't see a person, the main thing is what's in one's heart. And if we get on well together, that's what's important. Yeah. And everything else, one has to show tolerance and forgive. Sometimes, you know, if there is something, you don't forget it maybe, but you always have to be able, you always have to have it in your heart to forgive.
Yes, correct.
A person.
Yep. I think
you know what I'm saying? And
yes.
that is tolerance up to a point as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
but
so.
In Australia, we've got so many different, I mean, we have got a lot of different nations here. Yes. But to me, I don't see that at all. And when I was in hospital just recently, I mean, to me, a nurse is there to help me, and I don't see what color she is. The main thing is we can talk to each other and discuss things, and that's always very important, to discuss matters when there is an issue, to discuss it.
Definitely, you know. And
and I think that's tolerance as well.
Yes, correct. I think so.
It is very important. It's very important. Yeah, but of course, you know, Alia, it's like this. When you have come from Indonesia to Australia, you, up to a certain degree, you had to sort of adapt to our way of life in a way, not really, you know, not really changing anything, except that when you went to university, well, you still did your prayers as much as you had to. You have to pray so many times, or that's what it is. And to me, I remember, you know, when we went for a drive and we were near a reservoir, and you said, Maria, can I pray now? I said, sure. So we went into the forest and you prayed, and that was fine by us. That was fine by my husband and by me. And because it's just, it's the same as, you know, when you went in the Barossa Valley, you did the same thing. And to me, it didn't worry. I've got no, to me, this is, you know, and I always liked when you did your, because I think it's very important, because we all believe in the good in people. And when somebody does something nasty, well, like I said, if somebody is nasty, you can always forgive a person. Yes. You can't forget it sometimes, but you must always be able to forgive it.
Yeah, that's true.
That's important.
Yeah, because here now, almost in every Christmas, you know, I mean, any celebration day, then people start to argue. You don't do this, then you are not part of the tolerance people here in Indonesia. So I just want to open people's mind that tolerance is not about saying something, but tolerance is about respect and understand each other.
That's
right?
right.
Yeah, that's it.
That's right.
And
That's right.
it's
Because
so
you always have to respect another. You always have to respect another point of view as
yes,
well,
correct.
because
That's true.
I can be wrong. I'm often wrong, but that's why I have to respect another person's point of view.
Definitely.
And whether it's religion or point of view, or when one party, like say, is one political party is like this and the other political party is like that.
Definitely.
But it's
Yes. Mhm.
yeah, it's got to be tolerance, and you've got to work on something where you can both find a plus.
Yes.
And the plus is always, and it's always what people think inside you, because it's I remember when we were up in traveling, and we met Aboriginal people up in Northern Territory and up in Queensland. I always think Aboriginal people, they have shown a lot of tolerance, what they had to put up with in the past. And now it comes to a point where it's actually very important that we learn their way of thinking, because their way of thinking, they treasure nature, they treasure the environment. But a lot of white people do not do that.
Definitely. Yes, correct.
They only want to exploit.
Yes.
And that's wrong.
Definitely.
That's wrong.
Definitely. The tolerance, it doesn't mean that you have to be all the same. You have to understand you understand the difference. You respect the difference. That the tolerance means. And
That's what it is.
I just want to give the view to open people's mind that you don't have to argue, you don't have to be, you don't have to fighting, just
No.
because you think that someone is not tolerant, is not the same with you, and
that's exactly.
it's not.
But
correct.
always this
Yes.
discussion is always very important.
Definitely.
And then
Yeah.
discussion, you discuss something, but of course you've got to respect the other person's point of view, and always
correct.
do.
Yes. Especially,
because
we are also facing the election on the 2024. So probably this is also to open many people's mind that you have to tolerance to the difference.
That's right. That's right. It is but a lot of people don't think about that. But like I said, it's very important to discuss matters, and then, but respect the other point of view, and then come to a sort of like an agreement in a way that, if you come halfway, I come halfway.
Yes.
And that's tolerance again, because I respect your point of view, and you respect my point of view. But you still can be,
Yes,
but that's very important. Very important.
And it doesn't make our relationship become uncomfortable because of that, right?
No, exactly not. Because you've got to be open, and true to each other, and you've got to be true to yourself as well.
Yes, that's really true, and
yes,
it's
and I mean,
yes, Maria.
If we would be all the same, it will be a very boring world too. That's why we have to appreciate each other's difference, yet you have to be tolerant to the different ways of their thinking.
Yes, correct. That's true. It's really,
Yes, It's really, I mean, we've been friends for such such a long time, and you know, it's now over 20 years, and
Yes.
I always think, gee whiz, you know, how nice if you would have come to Australia and stayed here, because I think you know, because you did like Australia. Here in Australia at the moment, you know, people say the vaccinated people and the unvaccinated people, and you wouldn't believe how intolerant some people are towards, because one is not vaccinated.
Definitely.
It's really, they don't like that.
Yeah,
But you
that's
see,
why.
I always have got to say, you know, it's very important that we've got to be, because somebody doesn't want to be vaccinated, and that's how it is. You've got to be tolerant.
Correct. That's true. That's
Yeah,
true.
it's the same.
We will discuss again about something else, you know, and it will
Okay.
be nice
Yes.
if the video, it will, you know, will be turned on next time. So I think we continue again to discuss about, you know, something else and another topic. So probably just to give
Yes.
people, you know, people fresh view of what they think about the tolerance and about the difference. And we still, you know, we still have a very wonderful
Yes.
relationship, you know, with the difference, though, right?
Oh, yes. Yeah. Well, I tried to be quiet when you were praying and all that, and that was all fine. There was no problem there. Definitely.
You're
Because I appreciate it. That's
yeah,
how you grew up.
definitely.
That's how you grew up. And I'm of a different faith. I'm a Catholic. But you know, that's the difference.
Yes.
But there shouldn't be any stops or anything put in our
Or any
relationship because
fighting,
of that.
or you know,
Definitely
or
not.
feel sad, or you know, or you feel that we are not the same. It's
Yes.
just so childish, right? You know, to think about that.
Yes, exactly right. Exactly right.
Yes, Maria, I think we will continue again. You know, definitely, you know, I want to make a vlog that we can open people's mind, you know, just to be
Yes.
more caring.
Good idea.
Yeah, to be more caring, to be more respecting each other, to be more tolerance, and you know,
That's very important. That's very
create
important. Very
create
important.
more peaceful world.
You see, the thing is also when people appreciate the other person's point of view, the other person's way of life, and the other person's you know, what they are used to.
Yes.
It's always, I mean, we can exchange ideas, and it makes me richer if I know how about your habits and your things. It always I reckon we always gain from a friendship.
Definitely.
We always gain.
That's
because you know, if you're interested in people, and if you're interested in the other person, then that's very important.
Yes,
To be tolerant. Yes. And you know, yeah, it's always about tolerance and respect. Yes. And love for each other.
Yes, and we have shown it for more than 20 years, you know, thank God, you know, and I just want to make people, you know, look the tolerance in a different way now, you know. Okay.
Yes, well, the more people see, you know, and you've got to be open-minded. You've got to have an open-mindedness about others, you know, point of view. And like I said, it's the same thing all the time.
Yes.
I mean, you've got to think about other people, what they, how they react to different things and so forth. And if it hurts another person, well, you shouldn't. My mum always used to say, remember, when you talk to another person, it's meant to be, you know, you've got to be respectful, and you've always got to treat the other person. I know I can't say it in English as well as I could say it in German, but she always used to say, you know, if you don't have anything to say if you don't have anything nice to say about the person, don't say anything.
Yes.
That's what she used to say too. You always, you know, if you only talk nasty about the person, that's not nice. That's not nice.
Correct. That's true.
And that shows you an intolerance again.
Yes, correct. That's really true.
Because everybody is different.
Yeah.
It would be a very boring word.
Yes.
If you all react the same.
Yeah,
It would be
there
just
is
boring.
nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with it.
Just boring. Yeah.
Okay, Maria. Yeah, we talk.
That's
again.
right. There's nothing wrong. Exactly.
Yes. We talk again definitely next time.
Okay.
Probably with other topics. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your joining, and please take care. Love you.
That's okay. That's okay.
Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye, Dan.
Bye. Bye, Dan. Bye.